Jenna Hager experienced an emotional moment on NBC's Today Show this week, visibly fighting back tears after delivering a deeply moving interview with the parents of a young camper, whose story struck a profound chord with both the host and the audience. The segment, which was intended to highlight the resilience and transformative power of summer camp experiences, turned unexpectedly heavy as the parents recounted both joy and heartbreaking challenges surrounding their child's journey. The interview was meant to shed light on the enduring values camps instill in children: friendship, independence, courage, and healing. But as Jenna sat across from the grieving parents, their words touched on loss, resilience, and the search for meaning amid tragedy. In doing so, the segment went from a light-hearted exploration of summer traditions to one of the most raw and vulnerable conversations to air on morning television in recent months. Viewers immediately noticed the change in Jenna's demeanor. Known for her upbeat and optimistic energy, she appeared unusually subdued as the parents spoke. Her eyes welled up with tears, her voice faltered at times, and she even paused, placing a hand to her chest as though steadying herself before continuing with the questions. What made the moment so powerful was Jenna's personal connection to the topic. Growing up as the daughter of former President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush, she had her own formative experiences at camp. Those memories are often filled with laughter and lasting friendships, which she's spoken about warmly in the past. But on this day, camp took on an entirely different meaning as the couple described how their child had used those summers as a space for both escape and healing. The parents detailed how their child had been struggling before attending the camp. They described a place where counselors worked tirelessly to create a nurturing environment, instilling confidence and joy in every child who stepped foot on the grounds. The mother, her voice breaking at times, explained how her son would come home from camp each year glowing with pride, armed with new friendships and experiences that gave him strength during difficult times. But the heart-wrenching part of the interview came when they revealed that the child had since passed away. What began as a celebration of resilience turned into a tribute. The parents spoke candidly about their grief, but emphasized how grateful they were that their child's final summers were filled with happiness, laughter, and the sense of belonging that camp had given him. For Jenna, the moment was more than just another segment. Sitting across from two grieving parents who had chosen to share their story with courage, she appeared to feel their pain. Viewers saw her lower her gaze at one point, visibly shaken by the revelation, before regaining composure to offer them space to finish their words. When the camera returned to the studio after the pre-taped interview, Jenna appeared visibly emotional. Her co-host, Hoda Kotb, placed a supportive hand on her arm, an unspoken gesture of comfort as Jenna struggled to find the right words to transition back into the show's normal rhythm. "This story it really gets to the heart of what we're all doing here," Jenna said softly, her voice thick with emotion. "These parents were so brave, and I'm just honored that they trusted us to share it." The reaction from viewers was immediate. Social media lit up with clips of the segment, many praising Jenna for showing her humanity and vulnerability in the face of such an emotional story. Some noted that the authenticity of the moment was a refreshing departure from the often light, upbeat fare of morning shows. "This is why I watch Jenna and Hoda every morning," one viewer wrote online. "They let themselves be real. They don't hide their emotions when something touches them." The Today Show itself leaned into the emotional resonance, later posting highlights from the segment along with a note that honored the family's courage. Producers reportedly worked closely with the parents before and after the interview, ensuring they felt supported in telling their story. For Jenna, this moment was part of a larger pattern of using her platform to spotlight meaningful stories. Over her tenure on Today, she has often gravitated toward human interest pieces, especially those involving families, children, and resilience. She has never shied away from emotion, frequently referencing her own upbringing in the public eye, her role as a mother, and the lessons she continues to learn from her family's history. This particular segment, however, appeared to strike deeper than usual. Colleagues later remarked that Jenna remained reflective after filming, speaking quietly about how the story reminded her of the fragility of life and the importance of holding loved ones close. In many ways, the emotional moment underscored what makes Jenna a unique presence on morning television. While her lineage as a former first daughter might have initially brought her into the spotlight, it is her relatability, warmth, and empathy that have allowed her to connect with viewers. When she breaks down in tears or shares a personal anecdote, it feels less like a performance and more like a conversation among friends. The segment also reignited a broader conversation about the role of morning television in addressing heavy, emotional topics. Traditionally, shows like Today balance hard news with lighter lifestyle content. Yet in recent years, audiences have gravitated toward authenticity, craving moments that feel less scripted and more genuine. Jenna's tearful reaction was a reminder that behind the polished sets and cheerful transitions are real people, touched by real stories. Beyond the show itself, the camp at the center of the story received a surge of attention. Viewers who had never heard of it before began searching for ways to support, donate, or learn more. Parents of children who had attended similar camps shared their own stories online, describing how transformative such experiences had been for their kids. The ripple effect of one family's story extended far beyond the broadcast, sparking conversations nationwide about the importance of safe, supportive spaces for children. For the parents, the decision to appear on Today was not an easy one. Speaking about their child in such a public way carried both risk and vulnerability, but they expressed gratitude afterward, saying that their hope was to keep their son's memory alive and to inspire others to seek healing and connection. If even one family sees this and decides to send their child to camp, or if one grieving parent feels less alone, the father said during the interview, then we've done something good. By the end of the segment, it was clear that something special had taken place. The combination of Jenna's compassion, the parents' bravery, and the raw honesty of the story created a moment of television that will be remembered not for its polish, but for its heart. As Jenna signed off later that morning, she appeared lighter but still visibly moved. "We tell a lot of stories every day," she said to the camera, "but some stay with you. This is one of those." Her words, coupled with the tears she fought to hold back, captured the essence of why the Today Show remains a staple in so many households. It's not just about delivering news and lifestyle tips. It's about sharing life, in all its joy, sorrow,